Bueno, segundo episodio y vamos a ver, nos quedamos aquí, así que vamos a investigar un poco. Bueno, un momento. Resumiendo, por si no habéis visto el primer episodio, estamos en esta isla que pertenece a un tal Lord Mortimer, del cual no sé mucho, y se supone que la madre del protagonista ha venido aquí a algo y se ha perdido. Y hemos venido a buscarla, básicamente, por algo de un libro. Algo así, más o menos. Así que vamos a ver qué encontramos por aquí.
This chest might belong to Duchess Hillsborough.
De la duquesa. La joya real restaura 2 puntos de esfuerzo. No puedes llevar más de 5 encima. Vale.
Honey, I couldn't have hoped for better. Must be an incredible view from up there. Impossible to set foot on the island without being seen from 300 meters away.
Vamos a ver esto.
Looks like a bar from an old gate. This miserable old bar has been broken fairly recently. The edges are still clean, and the tip is blackened. Without analysis to the contrary, I put my money on cannon powder.
Y la punta está manchada. Coger la barra o dejarla. Vamos a cogerla.
This might just come in handy.
Pues si acaso tenemos que partirle la cabeza a alguien. A
A
ver,
sack of
los
seeds.
sacos,
It's unopened.
semillas.
No one seems to have used it.
Nada.
Honey, the remedy of the gods.
Miel. Vale, por aquí no sé si habrá algo. Vale, si hay algo ahí. A ver.
Some rope. Apparently no one's
Nada.
touched it for a good long time.
A ver esto.
A lantern. Nothing special.
Nada. A ver, esto a lo mejor. Sí.
Let's see what's hidden inside.
Vale. Examina las cartas una por una. Buscar pistas. Buscar pistas.
One of the letters is stamped with the seal of the order. And I'd recognize your handwriting anywhere, Mother. But who is this Samuel Ritter d'Auchois? Who are you writing to? I don't recognize the name. Let's see what's inside this letter. So,
Dear Samuel, my stay on Lord Mortimer's island is going wonderfully well. As I find myself in such charming company, I plan to stay a few more weeks. Would you be so kind as to send me a gift that I'd like to give to our old friend Manuel Godoy? I would be most grateful. I have been told that he's going to join us here soon. I would like to mark the occasion. Thank you in advance. Yours devotedly, Sarah Faustine de Richer.
what is your game here, Mother? Secrets, always more secrets. You've never talked to anyone using language like this. Something's going on here.
A saber.
Who is this Samuel Ritter? And for crying out loud, who is this Manuel Godoy that you keep bringing up? Think. Godoy. Manuel Godoy. Why does the name sound so familiar?
A mí no me suena. La verdad.
I'm guessing he's a man of some importance. Spanish, I'd say. But just can't put a face to him. Well, hope we meet to talk about it soon, Mother. I don't know what you've gotten yourself into this time, but I'll bet you've got a lot to tell me.
Bueno. Esto ya se está complicando un poquito. Bueno, pues yo creo que busca más pistas o ve a la mansión. Pues más pistas yo creo que no hay. So, vamos a ir a la mansión. Es que no hay nada más. No hay nada. Uy, por allí se puede ir. A ver, no creo, pero bueno. O sí. Hostia, sí. Ah, no, pero aquí ya venimos. Espérate, esto de aquí. Vale, jalea de esta. Bueno, esto es en plan lootear y eso también. Ojo.
Hey, There's something not right about this floorboard. It's different from the rest.
Vaya cara de psicópata. Esta tabla de entarimado tiene algo raro. Es diferente a las demás. Examinar, sacar la tabla, apartarse. Usar la barra de hierro oxidada. Vamos a usar la barra. Ya que la tenemos.
That does it. Let's see what's hidden inside.
There's a book and also a bag. The Mysterium Cosmographicum. I know that book well. Mother used to read passages from it to me all the time.
And judging from what I can see, it's the same one as hers. For crying out loud, what's happened to you, Mother?
Manuscritos. Los manuscritos te permiten instruirte durante tu aventura. Al comienzo de cada misión puedes seleccionar tus lecturas para conseguir puntos de habilidad permanentes. Bueno.
Let's look inside the bag. A little food, a few toiletries, a small key, and some kind of black powder.
Artículos láser, una llave y algún tipo de polvo negro. ¿Y si me llevo toda la bolsa, qué? Claro, es que si la cojo se van a dar cuenta. O la llave, o el polvo, o me llevo la bolsa. Buf. No voy a llevar la bolsa.
Right. Just in case, I'll take it all. I'll give it back to Mother when I see her. Crying out loud. Why did you hide supplies in the middle of nowhere, Mother? I don't know what's going on here, but you obviously feel like you're in danger.
La llave de aquí. ¿No? ¿No es de aquí? Ahí está. Abre.
It's locked. I'll never get it open
Tío, tiene la
bare-handed.
puta llave. Ahí está la llave. Ahí está.
There we are.
Suerte que hemos pasado por aquí para mirar. Vale. Y suerte que hemos cogido toda la bolsa. Vale, a ver.
Honey.
Ya,
This looks like a pistol case,
hostia.
but it's empty.
Ahí está la
I don't know
pistola
if
que
this has
se
anything to do with you, Mother, but if it does, at least now you're armed.
que vimos al principio.
Just like in my vision.
Co-
And none of it's
Exacto.
telling me anything useful.
Como en la visión. Vale. Bueno, pues tampoco parece de tan lejana la visión que vimos. Debe estar cerca de ocurrir. Máximo 2 puntos de fuerza. Vale. Esto es tipo God of War, que vas reuniendo X objeto y puedes aumentar la
This
capacidad. y
wharf
tal.
is used as storage for a lot of barrels.
Vale. Examinar el barril roto. Ya que estamos.
What have we here? It's cannon powder.
Pólvora. No podemos hacer nada. Así
It's
que
unusable now. I
apartarse.
don't know what the person who left this barrel like this had in mind, but it's a waste. So, let's go through this. My mother's been hiding pieces of bread between the rotten boards of a wharf in the middle of the night. That's not normal. And if that weren't enough, looks now like she's armed. Meanwhile, she also takes the time to send out letters, reassuring whoever might be interested that she's having a fabulous time here. So odd. So very odd. And that's not even all I've noticed. But maybe I ought to move on to the manor now. They'll be waiting for me. At least I hope so.
Un poco de resumen lo que acaba de decir el protagonista. Así que vamos a la mansión. Vamos a ver.
How did Mortimer manage to build his manor at the top of a rocky outcrop?
Vale. Vamos a ver.
Impressive.
Ah, my son. I was looking for you.
Tío.
What can I do for you, Your Eminence?
I wanted to ask you. You are the son of Sara de Riche, aren't you? You see, your mother and I were supposed to meet here on this very spot. I was supposed to hand her a very important envelope. But I haven't seen her.
If only Mother had told me why she was coming here. Anyway, I ought to take the envelope. It might have something to do with her disappearance. Listen, if it will help, you can always give it to me.
Bueno. Durante una confrontación deberás avanzar por distintas fases mientras tratas de ser lo más persuasivo posible. Las confrontaciones tendrán consecuencias en el resto de la historia, así que no dudes en usar tus habilidades. Vamos a ello.
Thank you, my son. I'll bear that in mind. I'd rather deal with her directly. Don't take it personally. Would you happen to know if your mother has arrived yet?
Sí, llevo hace un par de semanas. Voy a... un poco blando al principio.
Certainly, Your Eminence. Mother got here some time ago. I was hoping to find her when I arrived, but given the hour, she must be asleep by now.
Right. I shall see her tomorrow, then.
By the way, Your Eminence, I wasn't aware you knew my mother.
Ah, if you only knew, my son. I hold your mother in the highest regard. She has rendered great service to the church, and her help is invaluable. I hope that you will follow in her footsteps.
Este calvo me cae
Only
muy
she
mal.
had told me where she was headed.
Bueno, calvo, no calvo.
Nonetheless, our exchanges have always been discreet, and I should like them to remain as such. If your mother wishes to speak to you about us one day, I will not mind if she does so.
Se
That
tiene algo el
is
tío
very
ese que me da
commendable.
mucho asco.
But since we work together on a daily basis, it's surely just an oversight.
Most certainly. You said you work together. What do you do exactly?
Somos miembros de la Orden Dorada, secreto profesional. Un poco... sí.
If you know my mother, you will understand that I cannot answer you, Your Eminence. I'm sorry, but...
Do not worry, my son. I perfectly understand, and I expected nothing
Well,
less from you. Discretion and secrecy are both pillars of the organizations for which we work. You are the worthy son of Sarah.
All the same, it bothers me to see you in a quandary, Your Eminence. Is there any other solution? Look, if it's of any help, you can always leave your envelope with me, and I'll give it to her as soon as I see her.
I hesitate. Up till now, we have always dealt with her in person, and that has always been successful. Do you think I should give it to you?
Depende de su contenido, fingir. Se la entregaré si la encuentro. Cuente con ello. Depende de su contenido. Cuente con ello.
Don't worry, Your Eminence. Your secret is safe with me. You know my mother's reputation. As her son, I will defend the de Riche's word with the same fervor.
Ah, I would expect nothing less.
Ahí está.
Listen to me, my child. If I give you the letter, can you promise me before God that no one other than your mother...
Que sí, que sí, que sí. Venga, dame la puta carta ya, pesado. Convencer a tu interlocutor de una respuesta positiva. Ah, vale, se repetirá hasta que dé la respuesta correcta. Vale, guay. O sea, que esto es que sí, punto. Que sí.
I swear by the
Que me des
Almighty God to
el puto
honor the promise
sobre ya.
that no one but my
Pesado.
mother shall cast her gaze upon your letter.
Good. Listen, let's stop there. I'm going to tell you a secret, Monsieur de Riche. Your mother and I are organizing the escape of a large number of French priests who face a massacre organized by the accursed Republican tribunals. The church is literally being bled like a beast. Without your mother, hundreds of men of the cloth would have gone to the guillotine. She has made the services of your order available to us by organizing the priests' safe passage across the borders. Even if she does not share all her convictions, she always provided assistance. Young man, you can be proud to be her son. Be it only for her sake, always respect your name. Here, the letter I spoke of. It includes a list of about 15 names ready for departure. Be quick. Remember to tell Sarah when you see her that time is short.
Well played. I'll decide later when I'm alone whether to look at what it
Y tanto que lo voy a abrir. Vamos. Pues nada. Vamos a buscar objetos otra vez. A ver, vamos a ir rapidito. El libro.
Lives of the noble Greeks and Romans.
Vidas paralelas, total.
A biography of the great men.
Solo puedo llevármelo, así que... Para mí, hala. Robando y todo ya. Qué guay. Aquí no
I
vamos a
thought
durar.
my chimney was big, but this one is beyond belief.
It's the least one can say. I've been longing for a warm fire for ages.
Al principio parecía otra
Since I
cosa.
set foot on the island, I haven't ventured more than 2 yards away from it.
Have you also just arrived?
Oh, late morning, I'd say.
Louis, come join us. Monsieur, may I introduce you to Monseigneur His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi? He joins us straight from Rome.
Oh, just call me Your Eminence. It's simpler.
George Washington, President of the United States.
George Washington. ¿En serio?
Delighted at last to make your acquaintance, Mr. President.
Hostia.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. President. Louis Moras de Riche. It is an honor to meet you.
Young man, let's keep it simple, please. Let us forget our fancy titles. Nice to meet you, Louis.
I should imagine you never thought you'd be in such company.
I must admit that I didn't. It's the first time that I've ever met so many illustrious personalities.
And you haven't seen anything yet. Generally, when Lord Mortimer organizes one of his receptions, there are over a dozen people.
Si sale
They can't...
George Washington, a lo mejor los otros personajes también son conocidos. Yo al menos no los conozco. George Washington sí, obviamente, pero los demás no.
be here yet, and you'll see, most of the time there's only the upper crust.
And I noticed you were already getting to know His Eminence at the entrance. It's the perfect place to build up a network. What were you talking about, if you forgive my indiscretion?
At the risk of disappointing you, we weren't conspiring in our corner, sir. His Eminence was simply telling me that he knew my mother and how much he held her in high esteem.
It so happens that Monsieur de Riche's mother is to join us.
Oh, pity. No scrumptious gossip or juicy tidbits, unmentionable secrets, or even money matters. But you'll see, it
¿Qué
will
le pasa a
come.
este?
Despite all the goodwill in the world, you can't stop people scheming left and right around here.
Speak for yourself, sir.
Well, my friends, do any of you know the reason why we're here this time?
Not in the slightest. As for me, I've been invited by Sir Holm, a close friend of Lord Mortimer, but I do not know the reason why.
You see, Louis, every time Lord Mortimer organizes a reception, he always finds a moment to set up a chat with all the guests,
During which time we remake the world.
accompanied by gallons of absinthe and cussing. I'll leave you to imagine the result.
So, if I understand rightly, Monsieur de Riche, you've come out here to join your mother. For what reason, exactly?
Ha desaparecido. Inventar una excusa. Buah, no sé. Vamos a ser sinceros. A ver qué pasa.
Lord Mortimer asked me to drop everything and come find my mother, who seems to have disappeared during her stay here.
Ah,
I took the first boat, and here I am.
I'm so sorry.
Don't be, sir. It's not your fault.
O sí.
Seriously, though, I know your mother well. Stay behind with me afterwards, and we'll take a moment to speak about her.
Vamos a ver. Illuminati. Illuminati. Hijo de puta.
Lord, Washington is wearing the emblem of the Grand
Ah,
Master.
lo de la
of the
Orden
Golden
Dorada
Order.
es como rollo
It's the
Illuminati.
highest distinction of the order in the United States. It puts him on par with my mother. He must really know his stuff when it comes to the occult.
Illuminati. George
Good evening,
Washington.
my friends.
Holy shit. That's the man from my vision.
An urgent case has delayed our host, Lord Mortimer. He can't be present this evening, and he sends his deepest apologies.
He's asked me here and he hasn't even turned up? Great start. Do you know that man?
Sir Gregory Holm, an English aristocrat, very influential. He's also close to Lord Mortimer, so don't be surprised if he acts like he's at home.
And now, my dear guests, a light meal is served in the small salon. For those who would like to, you're invited to follow me into the next room.
My dear fellow, you must have read my thoughts. I shall follow.
We'll have to be careful not to make too much noise. One of Lord Mortimer's guests is relaxing.
Oh, we shall be quiet.
Don't take it the wrong way, Sir Holm, but I've already eaten. Thus, I shall be happy to remain by the fireside.
Este le gusta
If
mucho
you
la
don't mind,
chimenea.
Gregory, I should like to keep Mr. Washington company.
Please feel at home.
Pues nada.
And you, sir?
If I stay with Washington, we'll be able to speak about my mother. But on the other hand, I'd like to learn more about this home. I saw him in my vision.
A ver. Hay que ir con el otro. Por si acaso. Porque de este no sé nada.
My vision is more important. Let's follow home.
Vamos a ver.
I'll follow you, sir. Mr. Washington, I hope to speak with you at greater length on another occasion. Emily, please excuse me, but I would like to speak to Sir Holm. I shall see you later.
Estos se van a poner finos aquí solitos.
My friend, I hope our dear Giovanni is well.
The troubles in France have fatigued him, but he will recover slowly. Do not fear. He apologizes for remaining in Rome. The voyage was too much for him.
And right he was too. The mildness of the Mediterranean, eh? Come, sit down and have something to eat, my friend. You look rather pale.
Hombre, pues si miramos tu
Excuse me,
puta
sir.
cara.
I have been neglecting my duty. I haven't introduced myself. Sir Gregory Holm, an old friend of Lord Mortimer's.
A real pleasure, sir.
Pues, ¿qué coño
You
le
who must
pasa
be
a
well
la
used
cara,
to the
tío?
court of France. How do you find this peaceful little haven?
Charming if I hadn't come here for disturbing reasons.
Yes, I heard the news. What a story.
Indeed. I wanted to ask you. You seem to know my mother well. Is that true?
Who does not know of her, sir? She has such a wide circle that everyone knows your mother from a distance or close up.
Everyone knows Sarah, my son.
But you only know her by her reputation.
I remember she once worked for the Crown of England and that she always honors her engagements. However, we have never been personally introduced, sadly.
Hostia.
Well, if I'm to believe my vision, you're not going to get along with her.
Thank you for your answers, Sir Holm. But I beg your pardon. I get the impression I know you. Have we met?
Except in my dreams, of course.
Not that I remember, young man. Perhaps you are mistaking me for another member of the Chamber of Lords. What with the wig and the powder, it wouldn't be the first time.
No, you were definitely the one I saw threatening my mother.
I thought... Never mind. It'll come back to me. Would you allow me one last question, sir? I don't want to take up all your time.
Please, go ahead. What do you want to know?
Voy a preguntar para qué vino la madre, a ver.
Do you know the reason for my mother's presence here?
I haven't the slightest idea. No.
No lo sabe.
She was invited by Lord Mortimer.
But
Joder.
you don't know why.
Not really. I was given to understand that your mother was looking for something.
And do you know how long my mother and Lord Mortimer have known each other?
Several years, I believe. They seemed to know each other for quite a while.
Que se ha
But
estado
it was the
tirando.
first
Ya
time
está.
that Lord Mortimer had invited her to join us here.
Good. And finally, would it be possible for me to speak with Lord Mortimer this evening?
I'm terribly sorry, no, he really is quite unavailable. But please rest assured that everyone is doing their best to find
¿Quién
your
coño
mother.
es el que está
All
en la
the same,
chimenea?
it's not the Chateau de Versailles. It can't be that difficult to find her.
Worry not, my son. I am persuaded that we shall find the famous Sarah de Riche. No doubt with new adventures to share, huh?
¿Qué es eso? Se la está tirando ya, ¿no?
No!
Ah, no. ¿Qué le pasa a esta?
Elizabeth!
O sea, que ya se estaba George Washington tirando a la otra.
I should have insisted that you rest in your room.
Do you want me to call someone?
Yo me
I'd rather not
ocupo.
get involved either.
Just sit there a moment. It'll pass. She's slowly recovering.
These fits of hers are quite worrying to see, but normally there are no consequences.
No consequences. Have you seen the state she's in? Can you tell me something about her? The dizzy spell is harmless, but her general condition is frankly alarming. You seem to know her. What is she suffering from?
I don't know exactly, but her father sent her to us in the hope that she would recover all her faculties. It would appear she suffers from episodes of dementia.
Is she aggressive?
Sometimes, but only toward herself. She has never hit out at anyone else, I can assure you of that. She wasn't like that this morning. Something must have upset her.
That's one way to put it.
The poor girl is exhausted, but that's not the cause of her problem.
Are you all right, Elizabeth? Do you feel any better?
When did she arrive?
4 days ago.
Okay. My mother had already gone missing.
No tengo mucho que mirar. Uy, casi no me da tiempo.
She's just regained consciousness and she immediately reaches for her brooch? I don't know exactly what it means to her, but obviously it's got to be something important.
Are you all right, Elizabeth? You gave us quite a fright.
Take it easy, miss.
Let me... I just need to get back to my room.
Of course, my dear. Go ahead. You saw it, didn't you?
Pardon me?
I segni della bestia.
Sorry,
Bueno,
Your Eminence. I don't speak Italian.
que es un demonio.
Forget it.
Básicamente.
It doesn't matter.
Seguro. Que está poseída
Gentlemen,
o algo.
it's getting late. It is time for everyone to go to bed. It has been a long day.
Me imagino que será algo así. Míralos, cómo se están poniendo.
It's all the more delicate.
I'll see what I can do, but the case I'm on at the moment might well leave me with very few opportunities. Well, I am impressed with all this splendor.
But don't spend too much time with Mr. Washington, my dear, or you'll lose your pretty accent. You seem to be intrigued by that statue.
Absolutely. It is remarkable.
No tenemos nada más que mirar, pues a los labios.
Oh, it's naughty to tell lies. Bet my life that you were talking about something totally different from the decoration of the manor. But to find out what, I should have stayed with them. Too bad.
La cara de mala hostia que
Lord
tiene.
Mortimer is fond of atypical works of art. I won't disguise the fact that I find it all a little
A ver, lo que estaban hablando, estando
megalomaniacal.
él, no lo hubiesen
But I
dicho.
must say, he does have some outstanding pieces.
Sir Holm, who was that young lady with you?
Elizabeth Adams, Mr. President. She
Hostia,
would
se
have
le
liked to
calaba y
have
todo.
stayed with us, but the poor thing is exhausted.
Sí, pero
Elizabeth Adams?
Illuminati ya lo he mirado.
Just mentioning Elizabeth totally changed Washington's attitude. Looks like he just saw a ghost.
Miss Adams is here to rest. You have perhaps already come across her in the corridors. She arrived a few days ago.
I perceived her, but we weren't introduced.
Rest
Se la
assured,
baba este
she
pavo.
is not here for the same reasons as yourselves. Consequently, I'm counting on your indulgence.
Vamos a ir aquí. No.
On that note, it's very late. You must be exhausted. The servant will accompany you to your rooms.
Bueno. Me temo que vamos a ir dejándolo por hoy.
Ladies, gentlemen, I
Vamos a
bid you
ver.
all good night. Mr. President, Your Eminence, Duchess, you have the same rooms as usual. You, Monsieur de Richet, will find your room at the end of the corridor.
Pues nada, a mí solito. Muchas gracias.
Well, my friends. I am bone tired. I am off to my bed. See you in the morning.
Good night, sir. I shall do likewise.
Louis, I shall see you in the morning. Sleep well.
Good night. See you tomorrow.
Oh man, it's been quite a day. Right, where is my room?
Bueno, vamos a explorar un poco.
Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
Después venimos por la noche a la habitación. No puedo, ¿no? Ok. Al final del pasillo ha dicho. Pues vámonos al final del pasillo. Aquí está Napoleón.
Monsieur Napoleon Bonaparte.
Napoleón, amigo, déjame entrar. A ver quién más hay por aquí. Jacques. ¿Qué cojones? No veo. Joder, quita. Monsieur Jacques, pero no sé quién es ahora. A lo mejor, es que lo que he dicho antes, a lo mejor todos los personajes existen y yo no los conozco. Pero vamos, de momento dos, el Napoleón y George Washington.
The Quorum Guide.
Los demás no me suenan de nada. Si es que existen. A lo mejor solo hay algunos que existen, otros es completamente inventado. A ver, tío, esto es un puto laberinto. ¿Dónde está mi habitación? Johann von BuurN. Y mi habitación, por favor. ¿Dónde está? Joder. ¿Al final del pasillo o al final de yo qué sé, tío? De la isla. Me cago en su puta madre. ¿Esta es? No. Esta de George Washington. Joder, pues la pateada hasta aquí no se la ha metido. Eso ya digo yo. Nada. Vamos robando cosas. El cardenal Piaggi. Este es el cardenal ese. Y aquí estoy yo, Luis de Richet. Bueno, pues vamos a dejarlo por aquí.
So what shall I do with
Bueno,
this
espérate.
letter?
La carta.
It might be about my mother's disappearance.
La abrimos, ¿no?
But if I open it, I'll be betraying Piaggi's trust.
La
What should I
confianza,
do?
Piaggi, bla 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 bla. Vamos a abrir la puta carta. A
Okay,
ver qué dice.
let's see what it contains. Too bad for
Por
Piaggi.
culo. El
So,
cardenal ese.
it really is a list of French countrymen. Piaggi wasn't lying. But now it's opened. I better get it to mother soon.
No pasa nada, eso le metes el pegamento ese otra vez y ya está.
Wow,
Al final,
nice room.
la carta tampoco
Mortimer
era
sure
para
doesn't
tanto.
do things halfway.
Bueno, pues vamos a dejarlo por aquí. Vamos a buscar una vista decente. Ahí está. Hostia, que puedo salir. A ver. Ok. A ver por aquí cómo se ve. Se ve chulo, se ve chulo. Bueno, pues vamos a dejarlo por aquí. Espero que os haya gustado, like, favorito, suscribiros y nos vemos en el siguiente episodio. No sé hablar. Hasta la próxima. Adiós.